Welcome to Malaga, Spain, famous for sunshine, beaches and the birthplace of Pablo Picasso.
We have one day to explore the most visited city in all of Andalusia, Spain. So let's go see the top attractions. So we were just on our way to the cathedral when we spotted this covered market, and as we walked past we saw this incredible stained glass window and a market. I think this is just a normal market where everyday people get their fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, meat and fish. But what's really cool is the stained glass window at the back. What a great market. Yeah, it was bustling in there. Really interesting. Such a lovely place. I think we're about to head into like the centro and the old town section as we make our way towards the cathedral, but so far the ride, I'm always thinking about being on a bike, the walk has been lovely.
Malaga City Cathedral, which is just behind us there, was built between 1528 and 1782 on or near the site of a former mosque. The original plans had designed 2 towers, but due to a lack of funds, only one of the towers was completed. It's here affectionately referred to as La Manquita, which translates to the one-armed woman.
If you're wanting to go inside the cathedral, the opening times start at 10 o'clock, and if you're here on a Sunday, it doesn't open until 2. Entrance fees are €8 just to the cathedral, and if you want to take the walk all the way up to the rooftop to get the 360 views of Malaga, that's €12. No trip to Malaga would be complete without visiting the Picasso Museum here. He was born here and lived here until he was 10 years old, so we're going to enter now into the museum, which costs €9.50 for an entrance fee, and hopefully go and explore some of his artwork throughout his life. I've seen a lot of Pablo Picasso's artwork over the years when I was living in Paris and travelling to different museums. I find his work very interesting, but this museum really showcases his life. So you've got it in a chronological and thematic order as you walk through, so you learn a little bit about all of his wives, his lovers, and eventually his children. We're now going to head into collection 2 and see some of his artwork from that period. So we have just finished with our time at the Picasso Museum, and for me it was a highlight. I've loved walking around and seeing some of the works here. Even though it's not his most famous works or his most expensive, it really does tell his story of his life. But as you can see outside, insane queues straight away. So get here early or buy the skip the queue ticket online. We were quite fortunate, we got here quite early.
Yeah, a few people in front, wasn't there?
Yeah, so we're going to walk through the main city now, but make sure that you come to the Picasso Museum here in Malaga. It's really worth it.
Just behind me is the remnant of a Roman amphitheatre, which was lost and rediscovered in 1951.
We are currently in the queue to go and visit the Alcazaba here in Malaga. The prices are €5.50 to visit both monuments, but you can also take a lift up to the top or you can walk. We want to take some photos, so we're going to walk to the top, but first we need to grab tickets from these automated machines.
As soon as you walk around the corner from the entrance, you can immediately see the Moorish architecture here and the brickwork.
Yeah, and this whole site is actually 15,000 square metres, so it's a really big place to explore. So we're going to walk up to the top now.
Just behind me here is a pillar that looks a little bit out of place, and that's because in order to build the Alcazaba, the Muslims used pieces from the Roman theatre that was just below. They lugged the marble up along with sculptures, columns and statues, and adorned the fortress with everything they found.
We are now in the upper levels of the palace, and as you can see behind me, it's full of courtyards and beautiful archways. It's actually very similar to the one in Alhambra in Granada, which is basically its namesake.
As you leave the Alcazaba, you can head up the incline and head towards the Castillo Gilbal Faro. It's a really wonderful place up here, which offers 360-degree views of the entire city. You can walk along the castle walls and you get different views from each point. So we're going to have a little look around the castle now. Like I just said before, you really get fantastic views of the city up here. It's actually a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be. And you can see just in the background there's the hills that we rode in on the motorcycle on the previous episode. Really lots of nice countryside areas to explore just past Malaga, so if you can rent a bike or a car, there's some great drives up there. one minute we're walking through the streets of Malaga, the next we're on the beach, and that's why most people come to Malaga.
It's a great combination of being able to explore an old city, see a castle and get some culture, and then be able to chill out and relax on the beach, which is why everybody seems to love Malaga. The beach itself is beautiful. We've got white sands, loads of places for you to chill and relax, great seafood bars, and you are literally 5 minutes away from the centre of Old Town. Whether you arrive in Malaga by cruise, or you've come here by airplane, or you're even coming for the day from a local resort, you can 100% see the entire city in a day, so there's no need to rush. It's quite a condensely packed city, even though there is a lot to see, which is what makes it a perfect day trip. You don't need to spend 3 or 4 days exploring here. You could,
yeah,
absolutely.
You could take that time, relax, and see the sights when they're quieter in the evenings. That would be nice.
But you don't need to. You can do it in a day, and definitely for me, where to spend the most time is that Alcazaba is magnificent up there at the top. The way it's been preserved is perfect almost.
Yeah, it feels like you step into another country almost again.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe if you had the chance to see that in the evening times when it's a bit quieter, that would also make it even more special.
Yeah, sunset here would be perfect. Where there's such a vibe wherever you go. It's really cool. He's great.
It's really good, isn't it?
But we're just walking along the port front now, and this is where most of the cruise ships will be docking in. So you can get off and you're literally 5 minutes away from everything.
Absolutely, and it's quite flat as well, other than the hike up to the castle, which is a lot steeper and longer than it looks.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that you do that in the midday heat. Either do it in the morning or in the evening, because we're here in off season in April and it is very hot. Yeah. I've had to put a hat on because my head is going to burn otherwise. This is not a fashion statement, I swear. So we've just been walking back through the old town of Malaga with all of its cute winding streets. It's got loads of places, loads of tapas bars, restaurants, everything for you to enjoy. And we've just been enjoying the sunshine here in Malaga. It's so nice.
Yeah, I think that's what people do, isn't it? Enjoy the sun, then avoid the sun, and then go back out into the sun.
But for us now, I think we're going to be heading north.
Yeah, we're heading back to the bike now. We're going to pack them up and we're going to head north in the direction of Valencia. But not entirely sure how far we're going to get today, as it's quite late in the day already.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode, wherever we may be in Spain.